everyone, and welcome back to another video on the Football Corner. And as always, I'm joined here with Harry.
Hello.
Hello. And so today, as I said in the last video, where we went and did the predicted lineup for the Chelsea team for the 2021 season, I recommend you go check that out. Like I said, we are going to be doing the predicted Man United lineup. So how we structure it is, me and Harry will first look at possible arrivals and possible departures, and then we'll sum it all up and look at the final top 11. So, Harry, for you, who do you think will be the possible incomings?
Well, I don't think there's going to be many for United, but if they are coming, they're going to be big. So I think possibly Maddison could be one of the big signings that comes in. He was talked about in a double swoop with another player, and he would sort of fit, the United description need for better midfielders. And then the only other player I thought that they would sign was probably either Agallo or and the last one is Haaland, which is a bit of a stretch, but if he is willing to move again, I could see United pursuing him.
I don't think he'd come because he's a Leeds fan, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a could be. It's not something I think will happen, but it's there as a backup.
Yeah, for me, I have Maddison, of course, Grealish, Ben Yedder, who they've been linked with kind of heavily-ish. I think they'll bring in a second striker to back up Martial, and then I also have Upamecano.
Interesting.
I think it's not that big of a possibility, but you don't know. Man United do need a centre-back to go with Maguire, because Bailly is on and off. And for me, departures, this is unlikely. Fred, if Maddison, say, comes in, or Grealish, Fred will be benched and probably won't want to stay. Jones, he'll just, I think his contract runs out next year or this year, he'll just go on a free. Nobody really wants him. Smalling looks like he's out. He's probably staying another year at Roma with an option to buy. Ashley Young also, and Lingard. I think Lingard will go out on loan to some smaller team, say, I don't know, maybe Leeds United or West Brom, who come up and get promoted.
Yeah, I could see Young, Jones, Smalling, all them lot being shipped out in this rebuild. Same with Lingard. I mean, someone who hasn't really lived up to the hype that was built around him years ago. And I think another team would like him. And then another one I added in was Juan Mata. I feel like he's...
I think he'll stay. I think he's a good backup midfielder.
He's not... Solskjaer doesn't really rate him too much. He doesn't get enough game time, and I feel like he'll probably look for another club.
Yeah. So, let's move on to the starting lineup. Goalkeeper. Now, this is probably the hardest position because a lot of Man United fans are split about this. Do we have Dean Henderson, the younger, more kind of proven goalkeeper? Well, not proven. Or do we go with De Gea, the proven goalkeeper? And I think Dean Henderson will stay one more year at Sheffield, and then he'll replace De Gea. So I'm having De Gea stay for one more year.
Yeah, I wouldn't have De Gea based purely because if it was down to me, I would have him out and sold already and move Henderson in and then buy another goalkeeper, someone, not too old, but someone as a backup to Henderson. Or
Romero.
Someone better than Romero in case Henderson doesn't live up to the expectation.
Someone like Forster.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But in Predicted X, Solskjaer has talked so highly about De Gea that I can't see him leaving until he retires because he just Solskjaer's got this idea in his head. He's one of the best goalkeepers, and he'll just keep him as long as he can.
Yeah, right back obviously Wan-Bissaka. Whether you think he's better than Trent, I do.
I don't.
Um,
Defensively, but Trent offers so much more going forward, and that's just my opinion.
yeah.
That's why we've
Centre backs
Right.
Maguire and Bailly. If they can get open McCann, that'd be great. But
I can't
yeah.
see him spending any big money on a centre half again. But I went with Maguire and Lindelof because I feel like Lindelof's a better player.
Yeah. Left back Luke Shaw, easy.
Yep.
The three I've got Pogba CDM, left centre mid Fernandez, and this is hard. Whether you have Fred there for one more season and get Maddison next year and see how Leicester do, or you get him this season.
I went with Fred, Pogba, and Fernandez purely what we've got now because it's worked well.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like the reason why they're linked with Grealish and Maddison is because they're looking for another attacking midfielder to either play as an inside forward or as a Bruno Fernandes alternative.
Yeah.
They still need a defensive midfielder, so they'll hang on to Fred. I mean, they may replace Fred with, I don't know, someone like Ndidi in the future.
What about Milinkovic-Savic? He could possibly get him.
No, but he's still a bit balanced. I think they need that defensive midfielder, and I think they'll stick with what they've got. And
yeah, I could see Ndidi going next year. I could see that happening. Left wing, I went with Grealish.
Yeah, I agree. I went with him as well.
Right wing, Rashford, and striker Martial.
No, I went with right wing Sancho because I feel like he. I don't know. I could just see United sort of persuading him in a way, and after Dortmund's failure to get the title and the Champions League knockout, you will respect what Dortmund's done for them, but
yeah,
I can't convince them to stay for another year. I feel like Man United will be the most persuasive and the most desperate to get it.
But Man United's not really a step up. It's not a
step up, but I feel like if Sancho looked past that and thought, if I join United, I can sort of turn the team from Europa League into possibly top 4.
Yeah.
And then if United, promise him we'll sign this player and that player and we'll become this sort of side, could be that. But, it might not happen, but it's just...
I think Sancho will stay one more year. One more year for Sancho.
And then strike out with Rashford. I think Martial is different, but not too great.
Yeah. So again, that's the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed. So thank you all for watching and stay tuned.